All right, boys and girls, I'm bringing you a serious breaking news story, okay? We have tanks on the ground in Idaho Falls, Idaho, okay? We've already had other states that have sightings of military vehicles, okay, around major city metropolises. What the hell is going on? Look at this. Yeah, that's a damn tank. Is there going to be a civil unrest soon? What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on?
Wake up, Adam, they are getting close.
What is going on, guys? It's Adam, aka Marf, and there are Ospreys landing in the suburbs. There's tanks driving in Idaho, and a ton of crazy stuff is going on. All over Twitter, there are videos popping up of supposed drills around the country. In fact, the air traffic right now is going nuts. You have tanks rolling down the streets of Idaho. You have Ospreys landing in suburban neighborhoods. And of course, this has been going on. And now more and more people, since the virality of Derek Bros or Willing Witness's video really got out there, basically all of these people are coming forward. And, you know, when it's one thing and they see, oh, there's a helicopter. When something like this goes big and they go, oh, this is happening other places, everybody starts chiming in. And essentially what has been going on is this is happening all over the place. So this is, again, they're going to say, oh, yeah, I've seen comments and we'll read some of them. They say, oh, it's a nothing burger. It's just drills. We have seen that many times before. In fact, we've seen drills in many places. So we're going to talk about this today, and we have exclusive rights from Derek Bros, the owner of this, to at least play it. Of course, everybody has been driving his Twitter going nuts. Fox is trying to buy it from him. So again, and all sorts of other news agencies. So make sure to go check out Derek Bros' Twitter account, Derek Bros at Willing Witness. We're going to talk about it right now. Nothing in this show should be considered legal, medical, or financial advice. The views of the callers can differ considerably and do not necessarily reflect my opinion, Dex's opinion, or anyone else who works with the show. You should always do your own research and consult with professionals. The internet is full of fake news, so please take everything with a grain of salt. If you have not already, it helps us out if you end up going through any of our affiliates, and it helps you out if you end up protecting yourself against cybercrime. NordVPN is one of the best and one of the easiest to use. If you do not have a virtual private network, it protects your IP address, which is your online identity, which actually connects to your real address and everything else. It also connects to you. If you know anything about how they are data logging and basically getting your profiles down, you can prevent that by having a VPN. Nord is, again, one of the easiest. Download it. It's like an on switch and off switch. All you have to do. Go to marfugelnews.com/VPN. Not only will you get a giant discount on this, but you will also be helping us. I appreciate your support, and I appreciate everyone that goes through any of our affiliates. Can't say thank you enough. All right, what is going on, guys? It is Adam, aka Marf, and this is Marfugel News. So we have some videos to show you, but first I want to credit where they came from. Derek Bros over at Willing Witness was sent this by a military member who did not want to did not want to be out there. So this was, of course, military landing in suburban neighbors in Lynxburg, California. Massive military movements being reported in multiple states. Anyone have more info on this, please post below. So let me just show you this first video, and this is absolutely wild. Imagine walking down the streets of California in the suburbs and then seeing this. Now, I want to go back here to the beginning. You see these kids. You see these kids in the beginning, and look at their faces as they see this, and it looks like they ran, but I'm going to look at this one more time. I think they're doing what any one of us would have done, and they're grabbing somebody. They're saying, hey, you got to see this. This is over a main street. Look at this. This is absolutely unbelievable. There is no wonder why all of these media companies are hitting up Derek. Derek's Twitter is blowing up, and it should, because this is insane. Make sure to also go over and check out. We're going to show you some more, a couple things here, and I also got permission from a couple other videos. Make sure to go follow Willing Witness. His channel is right here. He is already on our marfugelnews.com/friends. He's a good friend of mine, and of course, he is the original Twitter source of this. And again, that is absolutely insane. Now, there's more. There's tanks in Idaho. So let's try to go over to that. Now, let's see. Let's see if I can. Yeah, check this out. So let me stop this other one. Oh, so this is a user named Wanwick, and I asked him for permission, but just to make sure, let me pop myself up on here. This is captured last week. This is more Ospreys, and this is unbelievable. I'm surprised I did not hear about this last week. This is absolutely insane. There are dozens and dozens of Ospreys. Now, we told you about this months ago, that they were doing these crazy drills, and people commented like crazy and says, yeah, right, I can't see anything. A lot of these drills were being done without transponders on. So I am just, it feels good to be vindicated that there's now video proof of all of this going on, because, man, when we first put that story out, and it was from, we have a ton of military in our groups as far as military members, and it was like, you know, when somebody doesn't believe what you're saying, well, that hurts. So that was that's that. So this is from last week, and then this is fresh. So this is tanks rolling in line down the streets of Idaho. So check this out. This is literally, it's in front of a Volkswagen dealership. nuts is this? There's a tractor trailer driving by. And a whole line of them. And this is in Idaho. There's been pictures being posted. And again, a lot of them are just people randomly places around the country. Again, this is Wanwick. And they are at Wanwicketh, at Wanwicketh over on Twitter. That's the northern San Diego area on their video. That's just, I mean, if I count here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 27, 26. 26 helicopters and Ospreys. It looks like it's maybe possibly a mix. Actually, yeah, the front is Ospreys, and no, they are all Ospreys. These, of course, Ospreys are the helicopter that can turn their blades forward and essentially fly like a plane, or put them up and fly like a helicopter. They're very good for dropping things off and things like that because they can land in the middle of a field. They can do a lot of things. They're very cool. But when you see this and they say, "Oh, this is just a drill. Everything is just a drill." I love Canadian Prepper's way of putting this. There are no drills at this point. There are just World War III practices. And I do believe that. There are a huge amount of the civilian population that says, "Oh, this is just fear-mongering." And they think of, "Oh, well, it's just drill. It's normal. They always do this." I'm sorry, but the more and more that we have planes landing on freeway, they're shutting down freeways to land on freeways. It must be sitting in that you have to realize what they're practicing for. They're practicing for an event where if our grid goes down, if our airports go down, that military planes would be using our freeways to land, that they would be going into suburban areas and taking people out. This is in California too, so I don't know what's going on over there that they may be drilling for, but they're probably drilling for the obvious scenarios: emergencies, catastrophes, or world war. So at this point, I think that people really need to start waking up. They want to look at people like us and think that we're doing this for an alternative, but that may be true, an ulterior motive. There isn't. This is what we've been obsessed with for years, and I'm speaking for myself and my peers. This is stuff that we have been obsessed with since we figured out these patterns in mainstream and everything else. We know this thing is coming. If you're a historian, then you know this is coming. You look back at World War II and you see that World War II is the exact same way. Sending all this money to Europe, sending all this gear, sending tanks, sending everything else out there. And then, of course, Pearl Harbor, that just, boom, got us kicked into it. That's what a lot of people are waiting for, a Pearl Harbor 2.0. This is almost the same scenario. We're sending money over. People don't like that we're sending all this money over to to this European country for this war that's not ours. Well, guess what? All it takes is one event, and then this starts us into it and all of NATO. So keep that in mind. NATO is changing the way they work. It used to be, so take a place like Finland. Finland was just added into the NATO network. It adds 600 plus miles of border along Russia. Finland, now part of NATO, how it used to work is that Finland's military would basically fend off anything. If Russia went over their border, they would sit there and they would fend things off until they would go, "Hey, NATO, come and help us." But now they are essentially breaking up that infrastructure and setting it up. So they are going to permanently have NATO in all of these border countries. Instead of them coming to help, they're already going to be there. That tells me that they're getting ready for it to just happen. They're setting up Dragon's Teeth in Poland. They are setting up trenches in Romania. They are setting up nukes in Belarus on the other side of this stuff. They are setting up 600 miles of fences. They are in Russia. They're doing 600-mile trenches. The other time we had 600-mile trenches, World War I and World War II. Specifically, World War I had some of the longest trenches in the world when they were fighting World War I. So we are seeing this kind of thing now. and people are just so far away from the last World War, and especially here in the U.S., because we didn't have it on our soil, that people just can't wrap their heads around this. Europeans can. Europeans are prepping more than U.S. Civilians are, because they have direct family members that were in World War II that weren't sent away. And I understand there's a lot of people here that had somebody go away and they're World War II vets, but I'm talking about where it also destroyed their homeland. It destroyed their city, their village. That is in Europe. They have a lot of direct ties to World War II, whereas most of the folks in America, we didn't have a direct attack here. So this is big in the sense that people need to start paying attention. These drills are only kicking up and up and up. And that's why it's really important that everybody needs to, get their cameras out. Make sure that you are videotaping stuff in public like this. Like, this is in public. This is no secret. And I guarantee you all of our adversaries know that we're doing this too. Every time we show something like this, somebody goes, oh, you're sinking, loose lips sink ships. This is a public drill. I bet you that there is a satellite on both China and Russia's side watching every last one of these things, and that might even be the purpose of it. It might be a show of force. It might be this or that. Or it, again, might be coordination, and they're trying to figure out how to do things. We have seen this over the last couple of years, and I've covered each one of these drills. Back when in California, they were doing Black Hawk exercises at night. In fact, at that same time period, if this repeats itself like it did last time, then you will have multiple cities doing nighttime exercises, doing tank exercises. And now, if they're going to copy this pattern, then in the daytime, they're going to be doing exercises just like this. Now, we heard from Fuglefam in Ohio, in Ohio, in Maryland, in Nevada, in Louisiana, in Alabama, in San Diego, and San Francisco. And I forget what that other city is that they did this first part, that they are having crazy air drills. So this is a massive drill, obviously from the 12th, from the 16th or something. You know what's funny is they said, they said that they were going to be doing drills from the 12th to the 16th. Yeah. And then people go, oh, yeah, think nothing of it. This is preparing for World War III. And I think it's preparing for it possibly on our land, or this is actually preparing for something like a grid down. This looks more like rescue operations or evac or something like that. But give me your opinion. I know we have a ton of military. We have at least 1,000 military members here. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. What do you think that these look like? Do these look like more search and rescue type thing if a disaster happens, or a Marshall type event? What does this look like to you when you see tanks rolling down the streets, when you see Ospreys landing in the suburbs? What is that from a military standpoint? What would that be? So please let me know what you think. This is really insane stuff. Make sure to go over and check out Willing Witness over on YouTube. And then also make sure to go check out Derek Bros, the Willing Witness, over on Twitter. Now, when you go to his Twitter, make sure to say Marfugel sent you. You can send him videos. You can send me videos. You can always go to marfugelnews.com/playmyvideo. Again, Derek deserved this. Again, he's growing very fast over on Twitter because I believe he is the first one to put these out. So good job, Derek. And again, he's a good guy. So I'm glad that he is getting the attention needed. So make sure to go over to Derek Bros at Willing Witness and say hello from Marfugel. With that being said, happy Saturday, happy Father's Day. And remember, you got to keep positive about all of this stuff. Things are going to get worse, but we're humans. We can adapt to this kind of stuff. We can get through all of this, especially if we do it together. So I appreciate all of you guys, and I'm glad for you joining. Make sure to share this out with friends and family and let them know. They should have a basic plan with family and friends. They should be getting their stuff together as far as just having some sort of area that you could meet up if something does go down. I sure hope it doesn't. And I absolutely think that it is the most responsible thing to do to have a backup plan. So make sure to go check that out. Make sure to go to our website where I will have sources for all of this. It will take a little bit to get them onto the website. But when you go to marfugelnews.com, very easy, you will find that there is an archive of all of our shows. So you will actually find every single article, tweet, video, picture, document that we ever show here. We always back up our sources. And then make sure to also go see marfugelnews.com/EMP. You can't protect the whole world, but you can protect yourself. You can protect your cars, your vehicles, and your generators with the EMP Shield. marfugelnews.com/EMP. Same company is outfitting agencies like DHS, DOD, and now the Dempsey team on the Texas grid. And make sure to put the code MARF in because you will end up getting $50 off per device, and you'll be supporting our independent news. We don't have a multi-billionaire behind us. We don't have a multi-channel network. We have you guys. So thank you, and be safe, be prepared, and Marf out. Love you guys, and we'll see you in just a bit. We'll see you on Monday for the regular show on Marfugel TV. Thank you, by the way, to Luis Martinez. Those types and many other aircrafts are doing rounds from Long Beach to Santa Anita and Bueno Park. They follow the LA River. Tammy Petite, thank you. Thank you for the $20 super chat. And Luis Martinez, your message went away here. They follow the LA River of the I-5 or the I-10 freeway as their routes, and it's getting worse. Yeah.